Hey! If you're here, you've probably seen these skateboards, whether that's on your For You page, Pinterest, or just something that's been on your wish list. But that also means you've seen the price. I'm not willing to pay those prices, and I'm willing to bet neither are you. And so we're gonna learn to make them today. Okay, I wanna start by saying that you can do this with basically any sort of custom artwork. I think it'd be really dope if somebody did One Piece wanted posters. If you do end up doing that, let me know in the comments below and tag me. I'll be putting down the price of all of the items that I'm getting in the bottom left corner. Oh my god, I almost dropped that. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is get yourself some blank skateboards. I like the look of like 3 of them. You can buy these on Amazon. They're about like 20-ish bucks each. The more you buy, obviously, the cheaper it is, because you know, bulk pricing or whatever. I saw this girl do something similar, but she got boards from Hobby Lobby. But the problem with those is that they're not blank. You're gonna have to spend money on primer, paint, all of that to make it look good. Ain't nobody got time for that, so we're gonna stick with our blank boards today. For the next step, we'll take a scary tape measure. Does anybody else have an irrational fear of these? 7 inches. Hey, yo. Just kidding. Ah, oh my god, like it's so scary, I hate it. Anyway, we're just gonna measure the height and width of each board to basically figure out the sizing of the vinyl we will later order. Alrighty, looks like 31-ish by 8. And you can also do this design either on the back or the front. To get some of that ASMR in. Let's see. That sounds like ass. The next thing we're gonna do is make our way to our desk. Y'all like my desk setup? I just put that plant in. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and now pull up the It Girl Pinterest. Remember, again, at this point, you can be searching any sort of artwork that you'd want. Make sure though that you're putting wallpaper behind whatever you search for higher resolution results. Now, you're gonna be looking for something on the thicker side. Just make sure it's not too tall because you'll end up cutting a lot of the top and the bottom off. I chose this little green shoddy, isn't she so cute, and saved her to my computer. Then we're gonna turn our brains off, drop it into ChatGPT, and specify 3 things. 1, the measurements of your boards from earlier. 2, the amount of bleed you want. You'll be basically cutting this off. And 3, ask for a resolution of at least 300 dpi so your image comes out less blurry. Hey, we got the goods now. The goods being the dimensions. Drop the image into Figma and resize it properly. Now, as you see, in my case, when I resize the width, the height becomes too tall, so we're actually gonna use the crop tool and crop it so that we get the right dimensions. Then super quickly, since I have 3 boards, I'm gonna make myself a guide so that I know to cut the vinyl straight. If you trust yourself to cut it into perfect thirds or however many boards you have, feel free to skip this step. The way I chose to do this was basically I just created 3 transparent rectangles with outlines that cut the width into thirds. Make sure to keep the height the same. Then we'll just group them together and export it as one image. Okay, this is the website that I ordered my vinyl off of. I'll link it in the description below. Feel free to do your own sort of research with your local print shops to find the best price. I've also seen people doing this with adhesive posters from Amazon, but I would say vinyl is definitely easier to apply and will likely look better and last longer. For specific brands of vinyl, I'd recommend Avery and 3M, and we'll just finish up this portion by dropping in the image and ordering the correct width and height. Bruh. I'm goofy. I just realized I did not film any of what I thought I filmed when the wrap first came in. I was super nervous because I only ordered 1 vinyl and I really wanted it to work out. But then I barely got any of the footage. I don't know what happened. I think I pressed record and then it didn't. Okay. We're gonna grab an X-Acto knife really quickly. I low-key love the sound an X-Acto knife makes. Also, it's totally okay if you don't have a board like this. You can literally just use cardboard. And then in terms of the ruler, you don't need to have one as long as mine. Obviously, you can just do it a little bit by a little bit using a smaller ruler. After the border, we'll cut into thirds. Now, as a heads up, I'm not including these little items inside of the price just because I'm just gonna assume that you have these laying around your house. Another beautiful piece. It's looking so good. I'm actually so happy right now. We're gonna bring over one of these boards and one of these prints. Okay, so typically when people are applying vinyls, they will use something called a squeegee, but since we don't want to order that because I have no use for that, we're just gonna take an old credit card of some sort and you're gonna wrap it in a paper towel, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fold it and put a hair tie or like a rubber band around it, and then this will basically act as our squeegee. Okay, to start, I was kind of nervous, so I'm just gonna voice over this, but basically what you want to do is first peel off a small portion of the vinyl and cut the backing off of there. Cut it away from you, not towards you. I don't know what I was doing in this clip, but you'll basically just apply that small portion on first. You'll use our makeshift squeegee and push out all of the bubbles that might be forming, and then you can slowly rip off the rest using the squeegee to smooth out any sorts of bumps. Don't be afraid to reapply like I do here. Okay, yeah, we just want to reapply these so that they're smooth. Now we're gonna stick our X-Acto knife right up against the edge. Okay, and then now it's through, right? So we're gonna try to keep it as straight as we can. Okay, you're probably not gonna get it perfect the first try, and I'll touch it up by basically running the X-Acto knife along the edge of the board like you see here. Honestly, this is good enough for me. And then the other annoying thing are these little holes. Cut a slit in the middle here, and then just use the tip of the X-Acto knife to basically trace a little circle around the area. Just be super careful again on this part not to hurt yourself. And when I'm done, I just push it all the way through. And then I also use it to kind of like smooth out the edges. Here, just a little bit closer. Hey, just finished the first board. We're gonna do these two off camera. And this last one. Boom! It's looking so good, and we're freaking done. And that's it, it's so easy. I'm thinking I wanna put them here. So I bought some things to mount my skateboard. I've seen on Reddit people just say, oh, just put in a nail and then use fishing wire and loop it through these like holes, these ones. That came out way better than I thought it would. That looks good. I'm impressed with myself. This is the final result. Let me know if you end up trying this yourself and how it turned out in the comments below. If you're still watching, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you enjoy my content, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a lot more content in the coming weeks, and so I hope I'll see you guys again.